with us, and today Masanyu, the Jew, joins us as well. And we are saying good morning to you. Hope the good Lord has taken good care of you. Today is a Wednesday. And Wednesday, earlier this week, there was prayers that have been happening for a whole week. And our beloved President and First Lady were also in attendance. Now, some of the things I've been seeing music reactions coming through from different people. You know, the President apologized. I want to get the President apologized. Nagamba nkama bwaba tusonyiye bwaba atukozeko really atusonyiwe muko naffe tuli bantu tusobya betusobeza also namwe you forgive us naffe tubasonyiye okitegedde. So I was looking at that apology. Everybody calls it an apology, but omanyinga buno obira maaso ga mukama n'ogamba naye mukama nange nene nye bibi byange zikiriza ndi mwana wo okitegedde zikiriza ndi mwana wo. So in a section of Ugandans have actually said if the President and the First Lady also, if they actually, since they've actually apology for the many mistakes they have made while in power, they were welcome okitegedde, but some should be followed with actions to ensure that the ills and those that are happening now also end as well. So abagamba akulireko action yomuntu wali vividigo tutegeera in case to name. I don't think sometimes, well, also apologizing at Diana, for example, no gamba kama nsonyiwe byansobako nibyo nabyo no kirekera, but those who are serving a few things here and there ne basigala nga bakyagenda mu maaso, the Lord is taking good care of it. Oh, you be the Lazarus style ntina katono kava Zacchaeus style, that even the ones you had hidden ujje no gana buka kamutekeyo bagabire kitadde ndikiri kati ndokosi. But
also I feel like Ugandans olusi nabo bagejjesa ebintu ne babizimbulukusa. Just okubanga yavuddeyo naye tonda teyatondedde bannayuganda, yetondedde katonda we nga naye bwogenda mu kasenge konoosaba ogamba God forgive me because I did this, I did that. Naye kenyini muntu nga ffe
yabaddawo neafuna action nemugamba just yogera oli maaso ga mukama. But also the other thing, Diana, I like about that fact is that we still have a remorseful president.
Yeah.
A president who is not all terrible-hearted. Yeah, as in it takes a sane human being to acknowledge in front on a microphone. Others act macho nabanga abalagali tafu itagina byonna bya okitegedde. But if you still have that president, if we still have a president who still reverences God, to be honest with you, whether in reality or not, but as long as he reverences him, I feel like we are blessed.
Yeah, I think it's a paradigm shift. I liked the gesture that the president and the First family showed to Ugandans. I think it was a gift that they can also acknowledge that they are human, and all the atrocities that Ugandans, especially the people of Buganda, faced in the Greater Rural Triangle and other things that happened, that they are remorseful. I want to agree that they mean those words, and we pray that we reconcile, because where there is forgiveness and repentance, there is reconciliation. So I pray that the nation is reconciled and we return to the first love and return back to God and respect justice and respect the courts of law and respect our constitution and be human, because that is what we are calling for as Ugandans.
Yeah, and I also want to tell people that they were not on gunpoint to say whatever they said.
It
was free will. They just gunpoint. It's not that gunpoint into he had an option of either to speak or not.
And leadership is very hard. King twaberanga ku ssomero naye nga there is a possibility that when you are a leader you oversee departments wabanga head boy musomero wabanga guild president, but there was a lot of stuff that is going on, some nga tobimanyi na
without your knowledge
as a leader. However much you are the overseer, however much you are the one on top, there is a lot that is going on in this country, and I'm telling you this, believe it or not, there is a lot that is going on in this country and the president is not aware. Most especially things that have nothing to do with intelligence, because anything that has to do with intelligence is the primary consumer of intelligence in Uganda. But there are certain things that happen and the president is like, he has come on television so many times and like, how did that happen? Who did that? This is something that has been going on for the past 10 years, for the past 15 years, 7 years and so, but he has no clue who is doing it and what is happening. And by the time he gets to know and then he wakes up, and they're like, what was wrong?
The other thing I think people ought to understand, and I think we need to be grateful for, I have been in close proximity, at least, with the first family. I have shared moments, But one of the things I think people ought to understand, despite the fact that we have a leader and all the things and stuff like that. But me, man, it is not an easy thing, Diana, in this evil world altogether.
Yeah.
And when you look at what is happening today, an examples as new guy here just in Kenya, Ruto. And remember, he's democratically elected also. You go to Rwanda here, you don't do things, you don't. But here people have a kind of liberty and peace, and then every time our president thinks like a child, alozanga muzaddi atekati yayitekako nekyo tuyita abazzukulu actually ebyaddala tulabanga abazzukulu ebyaddala, like never known anything else, like kulabanga muzzukulu kayate. There is something that actually people do not know what the president does. You know, for the president to conclude on you kimutwalire kizibu kyamaanyi gyali. So newe muletera mbu Masanyu bamukutte wali ne mundu agamba asobola kubona Masanyu
walwanya agamuli ebega. By the time he concluded on you,
waliwe yamuyingiddemu emabega eyo ayina agenda ye tasobola kuba
naye ayina abalenzi ku ground wano. By the time watuukira okumanyako Mukama abakuyambi nga abali wano ayina abali wano abakuba obukongovule nga tonna okutafuna mukisa tuukayo
kituufu, but he cannot conclude.
He's a father. Is a father. I agree. Yes.
Masanyu tasobola kuba. It's like the headmaster we had here yesterday, Diana. You get it, eh?
Yeah.
That they do not longer expel students.
Yeah.
They know they are bakozesebwa kavubuka bichi all those things, and to him it is also the same way. So hakaneba nedda like ina ya
Kasoke tunoonyereze.
But today is a Wednesday. We want to talk about love and relationships, and Masanyu is in love.
Yeah, both of you are in love.
Alright.
Diana is.
Can we skip that part? Can we go to what's going on next? But anyways, being that it's a Love Wednesday, we tend to talk about love and relationships.
Yes.
And I know for sure that you're also excited every time we mention about love and relationships, because we cannot live without relating.
True.
Yes. My question today for you gentlemen, however, is the first time you visit your in-laws to be. They are not your in-laws yet. Okay, you intend to marry this person, your girlfriend. So
Yes.
the first time they call you over for dinner, for lunch, like muleta tulave, mulete daddy agamba, Sunday ngenda sibawo. Let him come over. What are some of the do's and the don'ts over there that you may create a better impression? Because trust me, the very first impression matters. Which means there are people that have taken you for the very first day they met you. And like, nekayo ya unyaka kwawa. Neba bilkwaro lokaro wa unyaka kakawa.
Nga chali chalu. Wela bilo kunaba. oba wakola nnyo wasala busazi n'ova ku mulimu n'olumba
otegeera oba koro wanaaba ne weerabira ku brushinga ogenda otuukayo ku wot naye kenyini ng'otya okwogera naye nga tolina kyokukola n'agamba omwana awunyakamwa naye nga kyali kyakutuukako ki one. So what are some of the do's and don'ts and how can you create a good impression, a lasting impression, because this is a family that you're going to marry into. Bagenda fukaba in-laws bo bagenda kujanga ewuwo ogenda nga bachalira. How do you create an impression?
What do you mean, how do you create an impression? Mbobakaka sotanti I'm the right guy for the job.
But what are some of the do's and don'ts? Bano balabule kwa kubanga gwe naye bali bakuchaziza for the very first time family yawa Alice n'otuukayokko biki bye wakola byotayinza kuddamu kukola.
Buli kimu kye nakola nsobola okiddamu era mbadde mbiddamu. Nedda buli kimu kye nali nkozeeyo nsobola okiddamu era mbadde nzija mbiddamu. You see one of the biggest issues, by the way, is that most people get out of their own character and create another character that is borrowed, that is not you. Okitegedde.
And that is not sustainable.
That is not sustainable. Okitegedde. One of the things people ought to understand, the art of even relationships in life. I think omuntu mulagirewo kyoli from day one akutwale oba akuleke, because the moment you try to put up a face and an act, nkunyonyola Diana, buli noteekawo act bwoti oyinza ova mu character. Nagamba light action neweerabira bataddeko lights, olwo olumu lweweerabira bataddeko lights n'olyoka oguwulira ne gukusuna oba okitegedde. So for me I think that what happens is that what omuntu nze me when I went there first I think nagendayo batwalinga badongo really byaffe byali tetwabiri namwe ebyange actually nze byange bya nali mu byange nnyo. I was real, I was mbirizanga sanirira.
Nakingi boyogera kubya real. When I come to think about it, there is being real. Bobere no ngoli wongo kusala ka commando ko nsala joka salamu si jo salamu ngoli wali and you've gone to see your in-laws.
No, but again also
for example, bogama you just be real the way you are. There is someone that is listening to you, boy child, ajogenda ali emmere yeyongeze buli kiramu ku meza ateekeko ne jatajja kumalako. Because that's what
waliwo etiquette. And you see also the other thing
so
is
let's talk about the etiquette, because
and also etiquette also comes with the exposure. Diana, mulimu omuntu nga gwe tomanyi bakwata foko na kambi bila saba mazzi bagambe bannange mfo kyokwata buli omu kuteba atudde Diana nkunyonyola buli omu kuteba atudde akutta akambe akutte foko. Siraba kulwaki mwana mulenzi tebibadde bintu byo olemera okukwata akambe ate kati bw'okwata akambe okakwasiza na right kubola bakekayo gwe gwina okusala gwe gw'amaanyi oba okakwasiza left oba olabira ddala sooka otunuulira abakuliranye. By the way, I think people ought to understand this. First, by the way, bw'oyingiranga awantu wonna sooka otuule kakkana weetegereze buli muntu enkola akola atya. When people you call to the table to serve tea, soko olindeko olabe abasavinga bo batandikira kuki basavinga batya. Okitegedde then olabe bujiiko oyinza okukwata akajiko koze mu sukali ali nokada nokakwasa nokatabuza nannyinimu nakutumya nagana ekirenzi kivudde.
I know, right?
You know, simple things like kutabuza kajiko kasena sukali nokatabuza aye nokazamu mu sukali
bulaga nnyo gye
tuwehala akutao
teeka bwe yagenze sabanyumize yagende China manya ba China bali akatono bakwata akabakuli k'omuceere akabakuli kana akatono tono ne bakajuzaamu omuceere ne bakwata akala ne bakajuzaamu amakroni ne bakwata akala ne bakateekamu bufruits ne bakwata akala ne bakateekamu soup. Kati ono ye yasoka ku dining kati yasoka ku dining kana ke bataddemu omuceere bwe kati yakwata kanva
naiwa omuceere obudde buba butono
nasembeza wano nakubaako omuceere nakola ki
nakamala
maka batadde wano akabox k'omuceere akakatono tulaba China balya butonotono
nga sharinga family yonna
yabadde yaabwe bonna abantu nga mukaaga kati yakwata enva nayiwa muceere amakoloni n'agazza kungulu ati basanga emmere y'abantu mukaaga agitadde ku ttaka
agisanyizaawo.
So it is important.
King
you observe.
No, you have to observe. You have to observe how everybody is doing things and how they move. Then no manya okay. Chai ono wabamu serving. Then wali okabagamba ekikopo kye kino to serving.
Yes.
By the way, always please accept to be served. Yeah, in this life, accept to be served.
It saves a lot.
It
saves a lot.
Then mutudde ku table nga wagambe you're going to eat food okitegedde. First observe asoso okusena asenye kyenkana ki.
Kakulu.
Naddala nyinimu.
Nebwetaba nyinimu ne waba mwana wa waka ne wabaani. Asoso okusena asenye kyenkana ki.
Nzo omugenyi yeewako ebifi mukaaga n'eŋŋamba kiki.
Kyobose bali oyinza olowooza baliyo ebirala bagenda leeta bongeremu mu bbakuli nedda. Kyekyo.
Omugenyi ng'atandikidde mu giya. Yeewe ebifi mukaaga.
So most times people don't understand and also don't understand that you have to be observant of the do's and the don'ts within when you're a visitor. It's easy to notice particular things. It's easy to notice particular
unspoken
things that unspoken rules here and there. Then also then again you get ampola bate bakubuziza to yasama
gwe buli kimu gwakinako information politics oyinako information
tukozesa kigambo toyogera
ndame kwogera tumugambire ddala ndame kwogera
foto toyasama engambye toyasama so no but kuba kwasama okukale toyogera but you see it's kuba kwasama still. Do you know, have you been in a space where the guy gwe mulese ayagala okukakasa aze he wants to actually prove a point that he knows, he wants to sound wise. In your way of sounding wise, you sound daft.
Stupid. Because
you have no idea the person you're talking to, how much they're exposed and what they know. You get it, eh?
Yeah.
And then you start yapping. Nogama mukulunga asusiza nnyo. But you need to listen. Then you need to build a rapport first and foremost. Listen, understand, observe. What are they saying? What this conversation? Then they ask you, "Hey, wamwe chiri chitia." Then ngamba well
toyiwadda tawewa mwatewe nawe natawagenze kubeera spokesperson wewa
teri kyetuyinze kutukoze kuswaza family zaffe nga bavubuka boogera.
But it's scary. First time it's scary. Remember when I first met my wife's parent.
Oh, then the other thing, don't comment on political issues. Enyumba gyoyingiddemu tokimanyi nti ya Museveni oli mu kweyasamya nga Museveni bwe mukola nga Bobi Wine.
Oli mukogera.
That's exactly what we are saying. That don't act like you know a lot about everything.
Oh, yogera. Because they say kigambo kogera.
Weyasamya. Omanyi futu soja nga yayingidde uwogwe. Mama nyabo yavuluze omukulu akulika agamba oba mu nyumba yange already nina nyinimu atya bayinza okubanga bamurecordinga kuba akolera government gwe atuze polisi ya futu soja ku ground
kala baka trending video ku social media yalimbaga no representative no representative yagenda ku mbaga Nawa speech
naga president
waffe Robert Kyagulanyi
nebajja ne bamukuba akama kazono bamusitule
tata najja nakwata akazana ga president ali omuwano Fountain of Honor ali omuwano
was what day
na tabula I think it's important.
Bambi ne yetonda obananga I'm sorry just nchikozesa bukozesa
it is wisdom and prudence.
It's good to read the room.
What to say.
What to say. Don't comment. Ben, football fanatics, bro. Don't enter and then start talking about us and no money.
Twakuzo mugizanyo obukadde lukaga.
Arsenal wajikubye jjo n'osanyuka Sezaala wa Arsenal
atali emotional ku tiimu ye otandikidde awo nti okuva Nazari wa Arsenal tewangulanga ku Premier nabajega
there is a guy that I know entered into a family nasanga nga bonna kuva ku mwana paka kwasembayo bonna ba Arsenal nga guess what ye wa Man U era lwagira we bati nebugira nga bonna basanga bawuza mwana batukubye omupiira jjo bichi nagamba kamanyu litaga ne bakakubira ddala nakote kayina kulaba kusanyu omukulu nakati awagira Arsenal.
It was wisdom.
Nakati awagira Arsenal Manu yajesonyiwa teyagireetako ko mu mboozi as we speak now.
Okumobuko
naye bwe yawasa yaddayo ku original
You go back to
and then
factory
also there are
settings.
people, like you said, that yap a lot and forget to read the room. N'olaba nti topic gy'ogenzeko eri sensitive abantu bonna buli omu asirikiri tekyali awuuna bwe baba bakuyambye ne banyeenya bunyeenya muto naye ng'olaba tekukyali kamwenyumwenyu ku matama, like everyone is just looking at you and they're like, look at this weirdo, because you're yapping a lot, oyogera kuno oyogera kuli oyogera kuli. So can we get to read the room? Oluyingira mu nju y'omuntu tunuulira. Do you know this thing called discernment? Mbowulira nti oba wano I'm welcomed, oba wano siri welcomed. Chikuwa ne banga erimanya nti malewo banga ki bankoye tebannankowa otegeera nayonoonye dda sinnayonoona.
And then waliwo ne kyetuyita okubikkako. In as much as you want to be real, more so ng'okyadde ku buko. When you visit your in-laws, I think it's also wisdom and prudence to know that however much you should be the real you and not probably put up a show, there are certain things that you should be very careful, because gwenga gwomuntu oyinza okuba nga obeera kati nze wembeera lwelumi ayogera
mulalamu
lwelumi ayogera lwelumi tasirika lwelumi
akayimba akajja n'okoonamuko
mulimu ebintu by'olina okwegendereza nala ng'oli ku buko kubanga eyo environment endala nnyo.
Aye tugambe kubeera real kusekampa kalinnyo lye
one of my guys
kulabika.
One of my guys manyi bano wa tough dad.
Yes.
Tough dad nga batugambidde odaddy tasaaga okitegedde mugende nga mumanyi actually tagana kuba kati omuwala n'atugamba daddy wange yagambye ayagala kulaba guy wange but yagambye to come with a friend guy nangamba kingi omanyi taasa tugende koza nze ezo nsonga ki ntono. So we see tusango nga naye yayise baganda. I think the uncles they are two. The uncles they are two, so they are three, and they have a conversation going in with like another sister or something like that, and a family friend nga ekiboze kitambula ne tutula muri erimu emuti ne tusirika. So nagamba mwenga temuogera
Feel free.
ne mugamba tukyali bapya tuyinza okwonoona ne mutukuba emiggo katusooke tusome embeera gaya bwatuuka laga muno mwadde muwala wange
bajja kusobola.
We help jumpstart your day like this. The wake up call.